to school on Monday, the 12th of September 2022. In English, the teacher has now asked us to, every week, we're going to need to find an article and talk about it on Friday. And that'll be every week. I already have an article for this week, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to do like a Marcus's second channel style talk about the article. Problem is, this week's article comes from The Guardian, and The Guardian's formatting is crap, because, you know what, that happens every time he does a Guardian article, and also it's probably going to get to the point where it's like, you have run out of free articles, you do not need to pay because we're running out of money because we've been spending non-stop lies for 6 or 7 years now. So what I've done is I've rounded up all the big Rupert Murdoch companies and all the not so big ones. Let me get my iPad out so I can name all of them. Oh, and I've got some stuff on top of it that I need to move. So I've got... That's reset? Oh, you've got to be kidding. I was going to do this, I was going to have it like very impartial. I was going to get all the big Rupert Murdoch companies, Fox, CNN, Sky, Daily Mail, The Sun, The Times. He doesn't own The Guardian, but I'm going to get The Guardian as well. All the mainstream ones, and there's a bit of right wing in there, Fox. Then I was going to get the non-mainstream ones on both the left and right, so Young Turks on the left and on the right. GB News, TR News, The Rebel, Prison Planet, Infowars, News Wars, and Summit News. But I did have it on sort of like a spinner thing. I was going to spin the wheel and grab an article every week, just so it's all impartial. But it reset itself. I don't know why it reset itself, considering like this wheelofnames.com. I use that website. Like, if I go on my tablet, I have a tab open on that website. That, like, I've had it there for quite a while. Over a year now. And it hasn't reset itself. For some reason, it reset itself on my iPad, which is weird. I'll have to find some other way to do it, but I'm not going to do it in this Twitter video, I'm going to do it as a separate video. Anyway, in media, the teacher, I think he's remembered about Incident 2 from last year, the non-violent version of Whiplash. I was like, do you have the answer for this ridiculous question? No. Because it's a ridiculous question. Yeah, you do have the answer, Dylan. I don't. It's a stupid question that can't be answered. I don't even remember what it was. There was like a video for L'Oreal or something. I was like, where do you see this thing in the video? And it's like, I don't know. It's literally not in the video. It's like, and he says something. I basically repeated what he said. He gave me the answer, and I just repeated it. It was like, right, tell me where you've seen that in the video, teacher, because it just isn't there. And then on top of that, like, we're shown the Riptide music video again, and we were supposed to write down issues tackled in it, and I'm ashamed to say that the thing I wrote down was the most radical leftist thing that was written down in the class, because everyone else's answers were tamer compared to mine. Like, I'm ashamed of that. You know, everyone was writing down, like, sexism, murder. No, I was writing capitalistic greed because there's money. That's just terrible. Like, I thought everyone would have got that, but no. I'm the radical leftist. Like, this is why you don't do media studies, because you end up unconsensually selling your soul to Satan. That's honestly what it feels like to me. Like, it's felt like that to me for a while, but I didn't know that it would unconsensually happen. Anyway, this Twitter as of 23 past 6 p.m. Disrespectful. I'm going to guess it's someone making fun of the Queen. I'm going to look at this.
Look, somebody drew a picture. Let's see. How'd you guys do? See this? Somebody drew a picture. No, but it's nice.
I'm going to look up a photo of this man. It doesn't really look like him. I mean, it could be him, but it doesn't look like it to me. Okay, right. Cancelling, something that isn't important is fine, but you can't cancel hospital appointments because of the funeral. Wait, hold on. Please tell me this guy's being sarcastic. It's disrespectful to expect to remain alive at a time when the Queen is dead. You've just been arrested now. Oh yeah, I talked about this yesterday. Go home, Meghan. Right, so when I was looking at the Daily Mail's website, everything there was about the Queen, and Harry and Meghan were there, and they weren't crying, but they were very close to it. Which, Meghan's an actor, How long did Meghan know Elizabeth? It can't have been long. And I've said it like 3 times now. I'm going to say it a 4th time. Dominatrix, bitch. That's all you need to know. Nonsense. Assuming we're talking about Andrew. Yep.
Disgusting! Oh, yeah, I've done nothing wrong.
Prince Andrew heckled it's the Queen's coffin basses, but what I want to know is that guy who was wearing like an England flag or whatever on his chest, what did he do to get tackled to the floor and almost hidden by those guys that the police drug him off, dragged, whatever. Like, I don't want to take a side until I get like confirmation what this man has done to be attacked and also, thrown off by the police. Because if he's the one calling Andrew a nonce, he's correct. Andrew literally is a pedophile, and we have irrefutable evidence of it. I can guarantee almost all people in the replies and quotes saying Andrew's a nonce, he should be the one arrested. We're dead silent about the grooming gangs. So a month makes you think. I mean, yeah, fair enough. But I mean, I'm not going to be silent about the grooming gangs. I'm not going to be silent about Andrew being a pedophile, because both those things are very bad, to put it simply. I'm assuming Nancy's talking about Elizabeth now. What? Why does Hillary just keep on dipping in and out? She's doing it more than Obama. Like, after Obama left office, like, he dipped in like 3 times max. And Trump has done it a couple times. But Hillary has been doing it non-stop for like 6 years now, since the election. Hillary Clinton compares Nancy Pelosi to Queen Elizabeth II. That is the weakest comparison that you could ever make, ever. Calls her the gutsiest woman in politics. This is also the person that said that if she were elected president, she would bomb Iran or Iraq, whichever one it was. And she also called black people super terrorists? Super something. Oh, and also her husband is a pedophile. Woman arrested. Excellent news. Speechless consequences, as the rabble like to say. Who is this person? Your Highness, we have secured your Twitter area from undesirables as you commanded. Awaiting further orders, Your Excellency. Excellently, my good man. Nothing quite like a strong border. Footage allegedly appearing to show a man heckling the procession as it went past. I don't know if this is the same person that I just shown there. Anyway. Freedom of speech does not mean freedom from consequences. These peasants thinking they can just say whatever the hell they like. Just remember that Donald Trump predicted a large-scale terror attack before 9/11 in his 2000 book. Shush. Don't tell the climate alarmists, but average global temperatures have actually fallen in the past 8 years in spite of rising CO2 emissions. This is straight up disinformation backed by pseudoscience. Why not debate instead of demanding that a point of view you disagree with be censored? If you want to write a reply, I'll publish it. Toby Young wants to debate me, bro, about climate change. Here are some thoughts on that. Oh, Christ. I don't get why you people are so happy to just put out entire goddamn essays. Like, why not just say, yeah, well, let's do it over Zoom? Because talking is nowhere near as tiring as writing all this out. Depicting anyone who challenges climate alarmism and the net zero agenda as being a misinformation merchant in hoc to the fossil fuels lobby is itself a form of misinformation. If you don't want to debate me, fine, but don't pretend because the science is settled. Especially since the science seems to settle every 2 weeks. Democratic Senator Mark Warner used the 21st anniversary of 9/11 to absurdly compare the terrorists who attacked the Twin Towers and the Pentagon to insurgents who entered the Capitol on January 6th. Didn't George Bush say the same thing? Bombshell developments in the Swedish election where it looks like the ruling leftists may finally face defeat. Huge congratulations to Jimmy Åkesson and Sweden Democrats. Remarkable achievement. Paul back in Democrats? Curious that we had way more offensive jokes in the 90s and way less political tension.
Is the beginning of that long procession. It started with the transfer of the coffin from Balmoral to Edinburgh by road on Sunday, and now takes on this funereal pace.
Okay, so that guy was in the right. Like, he was just shouting. Nothing wrong with that whatsoever. And I know it does seem like, oh, it's just because you shout all the time. Well, I mean, there's literally nothing wrong with it. Like, he wasn't harming anyone. I mean, yeah, maybe it might hurt the ears of the people next to him. But that shouldn't count. All he did was say, or at least I think, that Andrew's a pedophile. He shouted the truth. He got, you've seen that, thrown back by the mob, basically. So, this man is in the right. Blimey, keep an eye on the man shouting in the right of the shot. Someone behind him clearly did not take kindly to his shouting. Correct me if I'm wrong, but literally heckling a coffin is probably not the best optics when trying to protest. Paul? Maybe he was saying the Queen was a prick or something, but like, he should have the right to do that. She's from behind the man who was shouting at the funeral cottage. Cordage. But I mean, it says Prince Andrew heckled. It doesn't say that the coffin is heckled. Whatever, it's gonna be one of those, you need to be there to know the true story things. Queen's funeral is going to be interesting. Some of the same lefties who have been asserting for years that free speech basically shouldn't exist if it offends someone are going to try and protest the event. I don't know if I mentioned this yesterday, but Paul's launching a new podcast tomorrow. Only thing is that you need to subscribe to the website it's on. And I'm not giving Paul a dime. Especially if how shady he's been recently. Thousands of people have been arrested by British police in recent years over offensive things they've said online and off. And the woke left said screw all about it. One person they agree with gets nicked, and suddenly they all go John Stuart Mill. Utterly shameless. Paul's going left on locals. Leftists are now suddenly all concerned that people will be targeted by the media and lose their jobs if they express. Really? Oh,
Some idiot thought it was a great idea to scream at the Queen's funeral procession. The incident occurred as the procession made its...
I don't know why it takes so long for the volume to cut off on YouTube like that. Anyway. Leftists are now suddenly all concerned that people will be targeted by the media and lose their jobs if they express anti-royal rhetoric before the Queen's funeral. But wait, I thought cancel culture didn't exist. So as for what that video was that I was watching before I started the video, XQC was watching a video that Hassan had made about, one of his many videos about the Queen. It was like, and from Hassan's video, it honestly reminded me of Charlie. It was like, I woke up today thinking today's going to be a normal day, but then I heard some excellent news from across the pond. The Queen is dead, and then Crab Rave plays. Just very cringe. And of course XQC was like, well, I don't understand what's happening, but I'm actually glad that he doesn't understand what's happening for once. So, Stuss is back on his BS, as he admits. Curious that we had... I've already said that. I didn't retweet it on Paul's account because I just want to make sure that it's the same Stuss. This should be illegal. Yeah. Let me see the thumb. Oh my god. Jesus. That doesn't even look like a thumb, that looks like a toe. A thumb should be illegal, what the hell? Now I feel more confident about my thumb.
Palace officials say the public will have opportunities to see the Queen's coffin as it travels from Scotland to London. Britain's national period of mourning will last until the end of the day of her state funeral.
Back here in the States, President Biden has announced an event in celebration.
Palace.
Oh my god. Please tell me that Joe Biden is not celebrating the Irish Republican Army and the IRA and America means something else.